The robust Indian democracy set another example for the world as a tribal woman took oath as country's president last week. The first tribal and only the second woman in the 75 years of independent Indian history, Draupadi Murmu's election to the top chair is also set to provide a new dimension to the Indian politics. The Government of India too stands vindicated after her election, as it has always claimed to be working towards the inclusive growth with everybody's contribution.
In another exemplary moment for the world's largest democracy, India has elected a tribal woman for the country's top position, the president. Draupadi Murmu was sworn in as the India's 15th president, becoming the country's first president from a tribal community to assume the highest public office in the world's largest democracy.
मैं द्रौपदी मुर्मू ईश्वर की शपथ लेती हूँ कि
Murmu, a 64-year-old teacher turned politician, will be the second woman to hold the largely ceremonial role as head of the republic. Born into the family of the Santhal tribe from the state of Odisha, Murmu started her career as a school teacher and actively participated in community issues. She later joined mainstream politics and served as BJP state lawmaker in Odisha before becoming governor of the eastern state of Jharkhand.
ये हमारे लोकतंत्र की ही शक्ति है कि उसमें एक गरीब घर के पैदा होने बेटी, दूर सुदूर आदिवासी क्षेत्र में पैदा हुई बेटी भारत के सर्वोच्च संवैधानिक पद तक पहुंच सकती है.
Her election is seen as the Government of India's outreach to country's tribal communities under what has largely been deemed as government's mission of inclusive growth. Nearly 8% of India's 1.4 billion population is tribal, and any representation from the community is a premier example of functioning of Indian democracy. Observers say it can boost the appeal of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's party among marginalized groups ahead of the 2024 general election. President Murmu, who has dedicated a large chunk of her life to the welfare of tribals, said it was the historic moment for the country as someone from her community too was being recognized, and it was a sign that the tribals have become a part of India's mainstream.
मेरा निर्वाचन इस बात का सबूत है कि भारत में गरीब सपने भी देख सकता है और उन्हें पूरा भी कर सकता है. और ये मेरे लिए बहुत संतोष की बात है कि जो सदियों से वंचित रहे, जो जीवन विकास के लाभ से दूर रहे, वे गरीब, दलित, पिछड़े तथा आदिवासी मुझे ये अपना प्रतिबिंब देख सकते हैं.
The Indian President acts as Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, but Prime Minister holds executive powers. The President nevertheless has a key role during the political crisis, such as when a general election is inconclusive, by deciding which party is in the best position to form a government. No bill in the Indian system becomes a law until the President ratifies it. The President's discretionary powers range from commuting criminal sentences to imposing emergencies if the country finds itself amidst any major political or economic crisis.